What's up, Bug? I'm Doug.
And I'm Eric.
This is a POS Chevy, and you all are some relentless mother truckers in the comments asking us to get back at this thing. Let me just tell you right now, it's intermittently snowing today. It's about 25 Dungarees Frankenstein. No idea what that is in Dungarees Chelsea, but it's freaking cold, man. But you all have been asking for us to continue on the DOA Chevrolet. We were trying to put it away till the spring. Whatever, man. We are here for the people. So today's episode of the DOA Chevrolet, or as Eric likes to call it,
the bow tie special,
which I think is a pretty good name, aka Lake Effect, aka Red Rocket. I'm not sure how that one happened in some Instagram comments. Red Rocket is now another name for it. Anyway, we're going to be following some of your suggestions today, except for the ones that involve pushing it back into the lake we dredged it from. So the number one thing that people have been telling us to do that's kind of like a duh is, hey man, replace the plugs and wires. I don't even know what the plugs look like. It could be gapped to like friggin', I don't know, 75 thou or something. So we're gonna do the plugs and wires. A bunch of people have been suggesting it's bad gas. It is very low. So today we're gonna put, I'm not draining the tank. That's not happening, no.
We'll dilute it.
So I'm gonna dilute it with some super, and we may even do a few other things. I have no idea if it's gonna run today. The battery's dead. They got the lightning box on there trying to put a little love into her. So first things first, plugs and wires, and then start a fire.
Yeah, let's see.
Alrighty, so it wouldn't be the DOA Chevrolet if it wasn't giving us trouble immediately. All of these wires are totally seized on there. Nothing D&E cannot handle, but it makes what's already going to be kind of a miserable day even more miserable. You can see we got all of the valve leaks, valve cover leaks going on in here. You'd think all that oil that we were spilling out would have lubricated some stuff and prevented. Did you get one?
I think, yeah.
So we've got two out. And my hands are already cold enough that I don't really want to be doing this anymore, so.
I'm very much Jimmy jammed in the middle of this truck. I don't know if I'm getting out. I'm just part of Lake Effect at this point.
Look at that, Eric is part of Lake Effect now. There he goes. Nice little seat.
I can at least push it faster than it moves right now.
Eric's currently sitting on the battery, which is hooked up to a charger. I just want to put that out there.
Well, you all know I work safe.
Wish him luck. I don't know how to get this one.
I suggest laying down your belly. It works real well.
What were they thinking? Who is designing these trucks? This morning I did a radiator on like a 2016 JKU. The whole Jeep is held together with little plastic clips. There was like 3 actual bolts in the entire project. I had to take half the engine compartment apart. You know, some people do revivals on like really cool pickup trucks and awesome 60s muscle cars. What the hell are we doing?
This wasn't my choice.
Actually, you turned down this truck.
Very true story.
What was I thinking?
Well, Doug got ambitious. Don't know what that gets when Doug gets ambitious.
It's not my fault, it's their fault. We could have sent this one down the road, but no.
As long as I don't get shocked, I'm a happy camper.
I can't guarantee that. Can we just run this thing on 7 cylinders? Because I don't think
that's how it's running now. This is my favorite spark plug socket. Usually I have electrical tape around here, but double swivel.
That's the good guy, because it doesn't make it too long. All right, ladies and gentlemen, place your bets. We're taking the first spark plug out. I feel like it's entirely plausible that at, 18 years old and 120,000 miles, these are the stock plugs. It just kind of seems like the kind of thing that would be true about this truck. They may be gapped to a full 95 thou. We are about to find out. As Eric, the hydraulic jockey, pulls them on out for you. Yank on her!
It's coming! Impatience.
Oh, it's Christmas.
Hey, I like Christmas. Alright.
How bad?
Oh, that's a pretty big gap there.
Pretty well forked.
That's about 2 nickels on the front teeth.
We don't even measure that in thous anymore. That's like 3/8 of an inch.
How can you drive this from freaking Ocean City back?
Recently, before we got the truck, I'm literally speechless. Recently, just before we got the truck, this thing drove from Utica, New York to Ocean City, Maryland. All right, we're gonna pull the remainder out of these and fire some new bad boys in there and see if we can't Jimmy Jam her life. So I'm just putting this out there. I know I said there's no way that I'd give up on this truck. If one of these spark plugs breaks off in here, done.
This is probably the best one I've seen yet.
That's good. So I had one good one.
I didn't say it was good. I just said the best.
It wasn't totally horrifying. These were getting rusty, these plugs, man. If we, oof.
Oh yeah.
We waited a little longer, it might have gotten real ugly.
And again, we say this, we're doing in, what do you say, 24 dungarees?
It's cold, man. It's cold. All right. Once it's below 35, it doesn't matter what the temperature is. It's too cold to be holding onto a ratchet. I'm not saying we're not doing it, and we don't.
Just want to say, who's the real man?
I'm not here doing it. I'm just saying it's not comfortable.
No glove, first glove. And I have the glove battle too.
I got nothing on this one. I just look bad.
I should have bet someone who's all theirs out first.
You got a head start because I was filming early.
Just gonna say, losers make excuses.
Why am I getting roasted in this video?
Because I'm on point today.
Right? There's nothing more dangerous than Eric in the zone.
Have my toasted cream cheese, I'm good to go.
That toasted cream cheese this morning?
Yeah, I like my carbs and
sounds
my
good.
Saturated fats.
That's my daughter. She wakes up every day. A toast. A toast.
It's also the easiest thing to make again.
Salad.
That and mac and cheese.
All right. No!
You don't want to lose tools in Lake Effect because it just is.
This is a nice ratchet, man.
Yeah, that was a Lowe's replacement.
This is the Craftsman guy.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look what Craftsman doing these days. They're stepping their game up.
It's made in China.
Oh, of course it is.
It's got the coronavirus on.
This is the Wuhan special, but... Alright, friends, I don't know where the frig my little micrometer tool thing is, but you can see that difference, right? The camera is showing the gap difference. These are probably the original plugs,
They
right?
have to be.
There's 120,000 miles on this plug. This was put in a factory in, I think, Mexico, where these things were built. We're gonna put new ones in, and it's immediately gonna run a million times better because I've decided that's gonna be our reality. I will accept nothing less. Alrighty, now many of you suggested that our issue was either bad gas or too little gas. The too little gas, I don't think I believe, because it's still whatever. But the bad gas thing, yeah, you could probably be right. I'm not draining or dropping this tank, but I do have 4 gallons of premium fire water. I have it on good authority, best fire water around. Oh, we're gonna give old Lake Effect a little spritz of the good stuff, see if that doesn't help her out some. There we go. Oh yeah, drink, baby. It's been a while since I worked on this truck. I almost forgot about the Ram boxes. Can't wait to put some stuff in there, eh? Keep all our snacks. Or knowing this truck, probably the only thing that's gonna end up in the Ram boxes are little bits of it that fall off while we're driving around. Come on, girl, chug, chug, chug. Don't got all day. How big the tank is on this? 25?
27.
27.
We'll take the 2 gallon reserve probably. Club Wagon used to have a 32 gallon tank.
32. What was in the Club Wagon? 351?
5.0.
5 liter.
GT45.
No kidding. Eric comes from.
Sold after 302.
Yeah. For those that don't know, why would you know? Eric comes from a very large family. What are there, about 27 you guys?
Yeah, we're around there.
27, 34, something like that. So they had a Club Wagon. How many? It's a 15 passenger van, right?
It was originally an 8 passenger, then we added a 4 person bench seat in the back from an 80s Chevy van.
Right? This thing was a legend.
Yeah. I took it out to college and used to have no seats in it then, so we put a kid in the cardboard box and just started drifting it.
That thing was awesome,
We
man.
used to call it popcorn.
I've seen y'all do some crazy things in that truck. This is literally taking forever.
Well, that's what I do. Forever.
An eternity. This truck is weirdly cool. Like, I really would enjoy driving it around a little bit. We really shouldn't call it a truck. It's not a truck. This back here is useless, except for the Ram boxes, of course. But, still cool. I don't think they consider it a truck. When you register, you don't have to get truck plates. You know how in Jersey they charge you extra if it's a truck? This is an SUV.
Yeah, it depends on the gross weight.
No, this is labeled as an SUV.
Yeah?
I looked into it. Yeah.
I thought it was always based on gross weight.
Nope.
9,000
They ask,
pounds.
is it a pickup truck? Nope, not a pickup truck. This is an SUV with a weird little doohickey that they jimmy jammed on the back there. Are you done yet? Come on. What did they say this truck's name was before we got it? Sheila.
Sheila.
Come on, Sheila. You thirsty jerk. All right, here's what we're gonna do now.
See if you had juice enough.
Why is this not?
I would have laughed if you felt on the wall.
Let's go see if the lightning box is full of juice. Alrighty, where are we?
Oh, it looks like 80%.
Some of the charge. All the plugs are accounted for.
Yeah.
Engine bay is somewhat clear of tools. I don't know if this thing's not going to shake to death, so we'll just take all these off now.
Not have projectiles.
Exactly, yep.
Socket roll in a hurry.
Unplug. Oh, that would have been delicious. Unplug this. Eric, you mind removing that from the
Engine bay.
the vehicle?
Remove.
Alrighty, let me see. Here we come, leak effect. I don't know if it's got enough juice. Oh, the little light is lighting. Alright. Here we go. Got our key to happiness. Take your bets. Alright, we got some battery. Oh man! We almost had her. Should we try to jump it? Yeah. Alright, I'll pull the Jeep around, we'll jump her. Ruby came out to show Sheila a little love. Eric's warming his hands on the engine.
What's up, guys?
It is nice. Oh, it is warm in here.
Oh, that's not good. Caution.
All right, got the heap running. Give this thing a little second.
All right.
Locked in?
Yep. Try now.
I got all types of angry lights blinking at me. Well, that's new.
Thought she was attacking.
Ruby's complaining. Yeah, leave my battery alone. Those side posts are real touchy.
Yeah, but no, not like.
All right, there's nothing left to it but to put it on the slow charger. Just gonna leave her probably overnight. Eric and I are doing some filming tomorrow anyway on a totally unrelated topic. Tomorrow is the Hot Wing Challenge filming, so I guess we'll leave it for then. Eric's got to go on a hot date anyway. I have to go inside, and I haven't seen my wife all day, so I guess I'll check in with her. It's only 5 in the afternoon.
Alive.
Yeah, right?
Hasn't coffee yet.
Exactly, right? And we'll try again tomorrow. We're not ending this episode without getting this thing running on them new plugs. So disappointing!
Yep.
All right, friends, we are out here day 2. Oh, with the DOA Chevrolet. It is a much nicer day today. We had the old lightning box sitting on the charger all night. Looks good to me. Yeah, looks like it did what it needed to do. So if this battery has any life left, we should be able to crank on the old leak effect here for quite some time. Yeah, and see if we can't get her to die to life.
That's it. Do it.
Go for it. Okay. I don't know if those spark plugs were the problem, but they were clearly a problem.
Yes.
So, I don't know. Without further ado. Good.
And it seems to be running really smoothly.
What?
How fast is that?
Did you hear that? I touched the key. I barely touched the key and she dialed to life. It's running smooth. There, go boost the throttle. I am blown away. We can agree.
It's a lot better.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, when revving it, I felt like it was a little stuttering a little bit, but it could be bad gas inside the injector still.
I gotta regroup for a minute. Hold on. So that is the best start it's had since we've had the truck. The best running it's had from out here. It sounded really good. Eric felt like there was a little hesitation in the when he was hitting the pedal, but that new fresh gas that I just put in is definitely didn't reach up there yet. So that's at least a year and a half, probably more like 2+ year old gas that's cruising around them lines there. So the only thing left to do right now is to, I guess I'm gonna try to fix the small transmission leak. We'll put some air in the tires and maybe we can drive it around. If the transmission leak is in a crazy inaccessible place, then we're gonna have to cut this video here. But I think the DOA Chevrolet, we can officially drop the DOA from the title. It just needed spark plugs all along. Oh, we're gonna get roasted.
Yeah.
Roasted in the comments.
Amateur
All
hour.
Let me go crawl around under this POS and try to fix that other trans leak that showed up last time. And then maybe we can drive her down the road finally. I've wanted to drive. How long has this been sitting on my driveway? 6 months?
Easily.
Yeah, 6 months, right? Haven't driven it. Well, I drove that one time. I crashed it into the wall. So. Alrighty, so the trans lines are real bad. I'm not gonna be able to just patch them today. I need more line. So we're gonna figure out how low we are, top it off, just try to take it along the block. It's not a bad leak, just sort of dribbling. Oh yeah, there's nothing in there. So I guess we'll give her some juice. Alright, so this thing has barely any brakes. The transmission is leaking. So we're gonna do the quickest little test drive around just to see if, I don't know what.
Something.
I really hope we can get back up my driveway. I really hope there's no cars coming because I can definitely not stop on the hill. Yeah, that's... Oh, you know what? I can stop on the hill. That's good. Oh, come on. Still a little rough.
Right? There's something there. But nothing. But it might just because it was running so bad.
Let's not speak yet. Let's see if it gets up the driveway. That was where the real fun was to be had last time. At least we got brakes. We don't have to run into the wall, assuming it. Oh, it worked. Definitely.
That's way better.
Yep. It's still a little shuddery, but oh crap! I really need to turn this thing around.
Well, I mean, you can get up the hill now, so you can turn around and back her up.
Right. All right. Well then. That was awesome. You saw us just pull right up the hill, which is something he could not do last time. So you all
didn't
remember?
hit the rock wall.
Didn't have to hit the rock wall. I do need this thing to be turned around, so I think we may back down and then see if it'll back up. It's not going to back up, but still a little rough in there. But I think it needs an old Italian tune-up, and you just need to put the foot in it, and it needs to be
Seafoam.
Yep, seafoamed. Here's something interesting. The oil gauge is still up even though the vehicle's off. Does this have a mechanic? No, there's no oil pressure right now, so it's just stuck. Leads me to question
oil pressure.
Does the oil pressure gauge work
Does it
at all?
have oil?
I checked it. The oil is like the dirtiest oil you've ever seen, but at least she works. All right, screw it. Let's back down the driveway.
All right.
We didn't lose the transmission. We're not leaking that much fluid. Backing down seems like a bad idea.
You have brakes to stop on the hill. At least you did.
This thing's fun to drive, man. Oh, there's a telephone pole at the end of my driveway.
There's a house too.
Yeah, right? Like if it goes real sideways. There's a guy walking his dog. Why you gotta be walking your dog, buddy? Who even does that? There's some other very funny things wrong with this truck that I haven't even told you guys about. Well, it's cruising right up. Try not to hit Eric Buick. Oh, I don't have a mirror over there. I don't know if I'm gonna hit your Buick, buddy. I can't see it.
I can't see. Guess if we were crunched, it's gonna know where it hit.
Alright, now I'm intentionally pointing it backwards like this so we can fix the transmission leak and then back up till you hit a crunch. Whatever, that's good. Cool! go, man. All right, DOA Chevrolet success. See that thing glided up the driveway? It needed spark plugs. You freaking monkey with a toolbox. Why was spark plugs not the first thing we did? I didn't even pull one out of the block head thing where they go. Amateur hour. I'm angry that this thing's been here for 6 months with us thinking it was a dead 5.3. It needed, you know, maintenance. What's up, Bug? Let me just cut in real quick. I realized as I was editing this that wasn't totally accurate. So the first issue with the truck was the mass airflow sensor. When JTM sent us that new mass airflow sensor, that helped it significantly. I think the next issue was the spark plugs, and I think the last little bit is the fuel pump, which is a bummer because it's gonna be a nightmare getting that tank down. But it wasn't just spark plugs, though I do seriously wish I'd pulled one of those day one. It would have been very obvious I needed to do those, but you live, you love, you learn, you move the frig on. What are you gonna do? We're just monkeys with toolboxes, right? Back to the show. So, let's figure this out now. I can't fix the transmission leak today to do any more, but it doesn't have plates on it, so I can't really drive it any further. Anyway, it still needs the transmission line fixed. It still needs the rear brake lines done, and then it needs everything properly bled. It may need an oil pressure gauge. I really don't understand. Let me show you why the oil pressure gauge is still up. You GM guys will tell me. Every time I have some weird thing on this truck that I think is unique, you guys tell me, no. That's just how they are, and that's just what they do. It's still a little old rust bucket, but it would be fun to get her around town and beat some stuff with it. Originally when I got it, I was hoping we had a tow rig here, but it's too rusty to ever really be a tow rig. So we'll just have some fun with her, and it's got the brake booster though, so that's it, man. If you got any questions, this is by no means the end of the DOA Chevrolet. No. This was just an update. I wanted to wait till the spring, but y'all wouldn't let me, so we were out here freezing for a reason yesterday. Jimmy jamming them new spark plugs in. Before Eric and I recorded this, we recorded our hot wing challenge video, and I just rubbed hot sauce into my eye. So that's fun. Not a lot, but enough that my eye is warm. Anyway, not the end of the DOA Chevrolet. Gonna replace the trans line with soft line. I know a bunch of you yelled at me for it. I just don't care because I looked at how you have to do the trans lines in this thing. That's not happening. So I still need to get some paperwork so that I can get her on the road. We'll get her on the road soon so we can start driving it around and having some fun with it. There are 2 more DOAs waiting in the wings to be on D&E in the garage. And that's all there is to it. Yeah. So stay tuned. If you came for the DOA content, stay tuned. Even though this one's starting to look on the, it's getting into the black. We got 2 more total DOAs. They both had to be flat bedded in that you guys will see in the coming months. If you got any questions or comments or concerns or pleads for us to please stop making these uneducated videos, as some of you like to scream at us, leave the comment down there in the squawk boxes. We will take in all your hate. We love it. We feed off it. If you like the video, by all means like the video. That's friggin' common sense. Subscribe to the channel. Consider checking us out on Patreon, Etsy, and Teespring. Additionally, Instagram and Facebook. That's about it, right, Bob?
Yeah, there's nothing left.
As always, thanks for watching. See you next time. What's up, Buck? I am Doug.
And I am Eric.
This is D&E in the Garage. This is a POS Chevy. And you all are some crazy relentless.
I got relentless. You. I would have stirred that one up too.
Amateur. I should have just thrown an amateur hour in there.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, Buck. It always takes me a while to get started.
My English is poor, so it's like I'm like an immigrant in my own country. So.